All right, it's Wednesday. You know what that means. Plants and garden expert Craig Hignight is joining us live to answer all of your burning questions. Good morning, Craig.
Good morning.
And you know what? Even though the weather is not going to feel like it at all this weekend,
I know.
You did tell me that you guys got Christmas trees.
Yeah, Christmas trees came in yesterday, and they're going to be just fine. They are absolutely gorgeous, but you have to be careful. Well, not careful. You just have to be diligent how you take care of them. If you're an early adopter of a Christmas tree, make sure that you make that fresh cut on the bottom. You have to take off at least 2.5 inches and get it in warm water as soon as possible. This tree is still alive and it has to be able to absorb water.
Do you have any tricks for making them last longer? Is there
Well, you can use the Prolong in your water. Keep an eye on the water level. Do not let it drop. If you let the bottom of that cut, the tree, dry out, you have to take it out of the stand, recut it, and start all over again.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so we're still waiting on quite a few questions to come in here, but we have one that we'll kick off on. Is Kathy, is it too early to trim my rose bushes down about halfway?
A little bit. I'd like to see it about a month from now, actually. We want the ground. The ground is still very warm. You notice that the snow we had the other day didn't stick to anything really other than the cars. So about mid-December, you'll take your roses down to 18 inches, mound them up with some inexpensive hardwood mulch, then you'll reprune them in the spring. I'll talk to you in April about that.
All right, well, it's looking like we're still waiting on some questions here.
We get to this time of year where people, it's like,
yeah,
we just officially had our first, like, real killing frost.
That is true.
Our first killing frost was this week.
Yeah.
I mean, if you still have plants outside, well, I can't imagine they look very good. I've got a really sad-looking begonia on my patio right now.
And it seems like it just rained leaves. I thought it was actually snowing outside my window Monday because I was like, there's something falling.
Yeah.
It was all leaves. And
Well,
it was just
the thing is that the color comes up because the chlorophyll slowly goes away in the leaf, and that the anthocyanins are always there for the bright colors, but as the chlorophyll goes away, the other colors show up, and then you get a killing freeze, and it cuts the abscission layer so the leaves can come off the tree. And yes, it looks some places like it's just raining.
All right, we do have a question. They're slowly starting to trickle in a little bit. So someone wants to know how to take care of poinsettias, especially when they're still green.
Okay, if you've got a green poinsettia, you should have it in an area where it gets absolutely no light for 12 hours every night. Remember that the green bracts on that plant don't turn red, they grow out red. So it has to have absolute darkness for 12 hours of every night, as much sun as you can possibly give it during the day. And then you can stop this process of putting it in a closet or a spare bedroom or whatever when you have a red leaf bract at the top the size of your little fingernail. At that point, the flower is set and it's going to bloom. It can stay in the sunny window all the time.
All right, we finally are starting to get a lot of questions trickling in, but quick, we're going to take a short break here and we'll be back with plenty of these questions for Craig to answer just in a couple of minutes.
All right, welcome back. We've got plenty of questions to get to now. So we're going to start with a question from Jim. He has a rubber plant that's out of control. What's the best way to trim it?
Well, you trim a rubber plant just above, about half an inch above a node or where a leaf is. That's where the new branches are going to come out. And remember, if your branch or your node is heading this way, the new branch is going to head this way. So stand back and decide which way you want the plant to grow before you get out the pruning shears.
We have Kathy asking, can I mow my asparagus off?
Oh, yes. We've had the killing frost. Mow it off. I wouldn't mow it. Or if you do, rake it up. Like I always say, this has to be off the property. You don't compost it. You don't leave it there. You want it either burned or in the garbage.
Okay, someone's asking, we planted new shrubs in early October, watered daily until this recent frost. Should we get the hoses out again?
Oh yeah, don't put the hoses away yet. I tell people, we could still have a long, decent fall, and your plants are going to be using water. Your last watering should be done probably in mid-December.
Yeah, we know that the weather can go very back and forth here. All right, Mary asking, when can I trim my oaks?
Oaks, wait until the ground freezes. It's too early. This is going to be out probably around January 1st before we go near oak trees for pruning.
Okay. Amma says, why are the leaves on my Christmas cactus turning brown?
Ooh, if you're getting brown leaves on a Christmas cactus, watch your watering. Make sure that you're not getting it too wet. If you've got brown leaves or green leaves falling off, it's usually because the plant has gotten too wet or maybe too cold. If it's sitting in a windowsill, that cold air is coming down and chilling the roots.
Yeah, I will say watering, sometimes it's nice to neglect your plant a little bit to see how it rebounds from
Right
that.
now, they're trying to bloom, so we need to stress them just a little bit.
Susie says, is it too late to cut back strawberry foliage?
Yeah, well, it's not too late. It should have been done in June, but if you've got the time now to clean up the bed, don't get too carried away. Next year's flower buds are already there. If you cut too much, you're going to cut off the flowers for next year.
Okay, my producer's saying in my ear we got to speed run these next two questions.
Okay.
Ready? So we're starting with Nancy. When do I dig up my dahlia tubers?
In about a week. The ground is still too warm. Let the ground cool down a little bit.
All right, final question. I have a 2-inch by 2-inch patches of lawn flipped over with a hole about 2 inches deep. What's tearing up my lawn and what can I do?
Well, it could be squirrels, could be a coon looking for a grubworm or something like that. Turn it back over, water it, it'll knit back down. The roots are still growing on the grass. The ground hasn't cooled down yet.
All right, good job. That was quick.
Perfect.
Hopefully that was quick enough. All right, we'll be right back after this break.